The UK government keep coming up with different rules, different regulations to see how they can curb the influx of net migration by imposing some restriction either on international student dependent, extension of process to get the ILR from 5 years to 8 years, different restriction on how to see how they can curtail those who abandon their studies after getting their two work visa and all that. Daily, we come up with different regulation, different measures being put in place by the UK Home Office to see how they can curb net migration, which, of course, we all know net migration in the UK has reached the highest level in 2022. So, guys, in this video, I will try to give some insight about the implication of all of these policies, some of these regulations that were recently announced, and way forward for those who are planning to come to United Kingdom so they can have option to evaluate state of things before they make their final decision either to proceed further with their migration dream or to see how they can look towards alternative countries that have some flexibility in some of this area. My name is Victor. If you are new to this channel, in this channel I talk about ways you can study abroad. I talk about ways you can migrate to United Kingdom through the skilled worker migration route. I talk about lifestyle and ways you can settle in when you arrive in the United Kingdom. I support my audience with revamping of CV. I support with information on how to make your skilled worker migration application, how to search for job, and how you can set your migration dream in the right path. If this content is something you like, you can subscribe to this channel, give a thumb up to the video so that YouTube can recommend to a wider audience. You can also share with your friends and contacts. The UK government keep coming up with different regulations to see how they can curb the influx of net migration because it has been reported that net migration has reached 700,000. After the exit of a Brexit, UK government launched a 10 years plan to achieve 10,000 migrants in the year 2030. But in 2023, the UK government have recorded highest 700,000 immigrants coming into the United Kingdom, which has caused so much concern because owing to the fact that it puts so much stress on the NHS, housing, schools, most especially primary and secondary school and other public facility. So these are some of the reasons why they are coming up with some measures to see how they can reduce the influx of net migration. They come up with the first rule, which restricts international students from bringing in a student dependent effective January 2024. Another circular, which is being, as it is now, is still a rumor that they are trying to increase the number of years migrants can stay in the United Kingdom before they can attain citizenship. Before you to be able to get your ILR, if you're a skilled worker or migrant with certain class of visa, you can get your ILR within 5 years after you've lived and worked in the United Kingdom legally for 5 years. You'll be eligible to apply for your ILR. But with this proposal, which as today is still a rumor, they are trying to see how they can move it from 5 years to 8 years. Even while migrants are still struggling to see how they can adapt with 5 years ILR route, they are trying to move further. All of this policy is to see how they can make the United Kingdom less attractive to migrants and to see how they can discourage people from seeing the United Kingdom as a final bus stop for their migration dream. So guys, all of these policies put in place and come into effect will have a negative impact on migrants because all migrants, the intent of coming in to settle in a country is for them to have a status because it gives you more leverage, it gives you more benefit when you have a status living in a particular country, like you have an indefinite leave to remain or you become the citizen of that country. You have so many benefits that will in your way if you have a good status rather than you being there as a temporary resident. All of these reasons are why most people want to go to country where they can get a good status, live and remain. Right. So with all of this policy being put in place by UK government, I would advise those planning to come to the UK to give it a deep thought before you make that a dream of coming to the UK. If you're coming here to study from 2024, if you're a single person, yeah, you don't have any issues. But if you're a married couple, your family, you're somebody with family, you need to give it a good thought. Does it worth it you coming here to the UK to study without your family joining you here, right? And I'm very sure after your study, for you to be able to bring in your family, you need to get a skilled worker job to convert, to switch your visa from tier 4 student visa to tier 2 work visa. And as of today, it's difficult for you to get a tier 2 work visa because of the number of persons that have migrated to the United Kingdom within the last few years. Getting a skilled worker job as of today, it's a little bit difficult. You need to do more application, you need to more training, you need to put yourself in a poor position before you be able to get a skilled worker job. So if you're planning to come here for a study, I also advise you look out for inward to see courses that are in demand, courses that upon graduation it will be easy for you to get a skilled worker job, right? There are some courses like those doing IT, those doing supply chain management, do artificial intelligence, data science, and look inward to see courses that are in demand so that upon graduation you'll be able to get a skilled worker job and bring in your family. So you need to put all of this into cognizance before you make that dream plan. It's no longer business as usual, getting skilled worker job, right? It takes really effort, and there's so many persons who have graduated, so many persons here who are still looking for skilled worker job for the past months. They keep applying and all that. And if without you getting a skilled worker job after your post-studies visa has elapsed, you need to return back to your country. And if you're a student, if you're not allowed to come in with your dependent for 2024, after graduation, for you to be able to bring in your family, you need to have a skilled worker job. You need to switch from your tier 4 student visa to a tier 2 work visa before you can bring in your family. So you have to give all of this a deep thought, right? Let me recap again. If you are thinking of coming to the UK as a family person, knowing fully well you are not allowed to come into the UK with your family from 2024, I would advise if you look inward to see courses that are in demand, right? Data science, I talk about artificial intelligence, I talk about data science, artificial intelligence, IT, and some other area. Look inward, do your thorough research to see courses that are in demand, courses that you can easily get sponsorship job upon graduation, right? Because after graduation, are you able to switch from tier 4 student visa to tier 2 work visa? You can bring in your family as at that point. But from 2024, that you will not be able to bring in your family while studying, I would advise you give it a deep thought if it's worth it. And if you're a young person that is not married, I think you don't have any cause for alarm. You can still come to the United Kingdom. And for those planning to come as a skilled worker through the skilled worker migration route, yet care homes are still employing. Discard the news that they are no longer employing from overseas. They are still employing. People are coming in daily. People are getting employment, getting COS daily. But I can tell you for a fact, it's more competitive and it's now becoming difficult because the number of persons applying for this job, they are increasing by the day. Some of these companies are trying to see how they can stylishly weigh applicant because they'll tell you your country is on the red list, right? Unknown to them, the policy is well stated. If you are doing your application yourself without through an agent, you can still get an employment and you can still be sponsored to come and work in the United Kingdom. So some companies are still hiding under the guise of your country is on the red list. We cannot sponsor you because your country is on the red list. But most companies are still recruiting from overseas. Also, stylishly, this was not announced, but what the Home Office is doing it, like I did said in one of my previous video, they no longer issue out unspecified COS to employer, right? For employer to be able to request for COS from the Home Office, they need to state the reason why they are sponsoring this candidate. They need to state the details of the candidate, the job specification. I need to prove why they are sponsoring this candidate. Have they checked inward to see that there's no applicant coming up for this application? Have they sourced inward to see if they can get applicants here in the UK to fill such a position before they are looking abroad? The essence of this, the UK government is trying to make sure those already in the UK get something to do before employer can abroad to recruit from overseas. So all of this is making it difficult for those overseas to get employment, to get a certificate of sponsorship, because employers tend to look inward first before they can now source for applicants overseas. The Home Office no longer issued unspecified number of COS because before now, employers would just make requests for unspecified number of COS to the Home Office, who in turn can issue to their employer when they get the number of persons they want. So with this, the employer can decide to request for a specific number of COS, and as soon as he gets an employee, he can just sponsor at that point. But for now, you need to provide the details of the person you are sponsoring and send all of this to UK Home Office. You can see things are becoming more difficult daily because of so many things that are unfolding. The UK government is trying to say they can tighten some of the loose end to see how they can curb net migration. So guys, If you are planning of coming to the United Kingdom through the study route, you need to give it a thought if it's worth it coming here to study without your family. And if you're planning to come in as a skilled worker through most of it through the health and care, you can still come in. But you need to do more application, you need to do more training, you need to make yourself more attractive. You need to put yourself in a poor position such that if you are given a fair opportunity, what you have can stand you out among your peers. So guys, I just thought of bringing up this clarification as so many persons have been sending text message to me, chatting me on Telegram, asking what is the way forward with all of this daily breaking news of UK government coming up with this policy, coming up with this decision about migrants and the like. So this will be a guide for you if you're coming in either through the skilled worker migration route or you're coming in through the study route. You need to weigh your options to see if it's worth it, and if it's worth it, you can still go ahead to do it using some of this information I've provided in this channel. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. If this content is something you like, you can subscribe to this channel, you can share with your friend. Please always remember to give a thumb up so that YouTube can recommend to a wider audience. See you in my next video.